My good friend the postman has delivered 2 items to me. So let's open these up, take a look what's come this time around. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Welcome to a new post-opening video where, yes, postman must, well, I say postman, it's not, it's actually Amazon, isn't it? Both delivered from Amazon UK. 2 items. We shall take a look, shall we? I mean, there's no point in kicking around and me talking nonsense for ages. Although if you haven't subscribed, then why haven't you? Why don't you hit the subscribe button? Come join the channel, turn on notifications, etc, etc. So let's take a look at what came through the post from Amazon then, shall we? Amazon must love me. They don't pay the taxes yet, do they, in this country properly? There we go. Anyway, so first up, we have Justice League and RWBY. With a nice spot gloss cover there, look at that. I don't know if you can catch the spot gloss in, but it's all over the characters here. I know you got the reflection of the ring. You got a reflection of the ring piece. But yeah, so it's an interesting one, this. The aesthetic on the side is I've got a RWBY release there actually, is the same as the sort of RWBY film. So it's more akin to a RWBY than a DC film. Interesting. But anyway, so when I watched this first time, I was a bit critical of it, so I wasn't going to pay full price. So I've waited for this, like, it's gone down in price now. It only came out about a month ago, and it's now, I think I got it for £7 thereabouts. I didn't know what RWBY was. I got no idea. But I was a bit critical of this, but I liked the RWBY stuff in it. I liked the look of it, the animation style, because it's very much like RWBY as far as, yeah. And it made me go and pick up the first 4 seasons of RWBY. Again, they were CEX purchases, pretty damn cheap. So yeah, this is a part one. There have been comic books as well, apparently, of Justice League crossing over with RWBY. I was completely oblivious to that fact, because I have no idea what RWBY was. And that was a problem going into this film for me, was that I had no knowledge of RWBY, so it made it a difficult watch in that sense. But I'm sort of getting there, and do you know what I mean? So yeah, but I liked it enough to make me warrant visiting RWBY. So there's just a blue disc in there, but like I said, nice slip cover. Didn't pay full price because waited for the sale, or waited for a price drop, shall we say, on Amazon, and thusly got it like that. And that's what I've done with the past couple of animated DC movies, because well, they haven't been my favourites, but like I said, this now needs a rewatch now that I've got a bit of RWBY knowledge. So there's that. So the second one, and you're going to see, I know what this is. Of course I know what it is. I ordered it. But yeah, so this one here is Raise the Titanic. Yeah, Raise the Titanic from 1980. Now, this was made 5 years before the Titanic was actually discovered. This came out in 1980. The Titanic was found by Bob Ballard, oceanographer, in 1985, I believe. Yeah, so this film here is a film that I haven't seen in decades and decades, probably on TV when I was very young. Obviously, this has been inspired by recent events in the news, with that submarine with those poor 5 souls on it that imploded under the ocean on a visit to the wreckage. You know, still over 100 years later, Titanic is still taking lives. Not that it's the Titanic's fault this time round. It was They shouldn't have made that thing out of composite materials, but there we go. This here, yeah. So my purchase of this has sort of been a renewed interest in it a bit by, you know, because everyone loves the Titanic. The story of the Titanic, it gripped everyone for so long. Do you know what I mean? When it happened, all after that, you know, it's one of those stories that wouldn't go away. The unsinkable ship that sank, you know. Then when it was found, James Cameron's movie, the visits to it, and it's always been one of those stories that's intrigued man, that stayed with us for a long time and certainly will. And yeah, so it kind of inspired me to get it. This is from Network, actually, the now defunct Network. How sad that a film release studio has gone under. I didn't know it was Network when I bought it. So, based on Clive Cussler's best-selling novel, The Gripping Adventure follows a team of scientists on a historic and potentially deadly mission to recover valuable raw material from the depths of the doomed passenger liner. Released in 1980, 5 years before the wreck of the Titanic was located, the film boasts a high-caliber cast and spectacular special effects, with the action complemented by John Barry's hauntingly beautiful and evocative film score, which is regarded by several critics as one of the legendary composer's finest works. Raise the Titanic is featured here in a transfer made from original film elements in its as exhibited theatrical aspect ratio. Following a discovery in northern Siberia, US intelligence learns that in April 1912, a raw mineral now vital to the development of a new defensive weapon system was loaded onto RMS Titanic by an unknown American. As scientists join the US Navy to try to salvage the sunken vessel, a Russian crew is also heading to the scene, equally desperate to reach its vital cargo. Special features: music suite featuring John Barry's outstanding score, film and soundtrack notes by Jeff Leonard and Pete Walker, original trailer, PDF material, image galleries including the Jonathan Smith Collection and time-lapse Titanic. So yeah. What's that runtime? 114 minutes. So, yeah, Raise the Titanic. Let's have a quick gander. Okay, so nice. So inside we actually get the disc, which is great. Get a little booklet, and we get some original posters there. Look for it. A bit of Unsinkable, the making of the RMS Titanic model. Bit of info on that. Wow, $3 million to make the model for this film. Wow, $3 million for a model. Then we have a little booklet in there. It's really nice. I didn't know this came with a book or the like. So that's, you know, what a nice little release. I'm chuffed to bits with that. I thought it was just going to be, you know, a sort of standard release. Nice. Sir Alec Guinness is in the film. John Barry biography. So yeah, that's what a nice little release. Ah, bless it. No, that's really nice. And this only cost me, I think, £8. I think it was. So fantastic. Superb. I'm going to give that a watch. And I'll do a review of it as well. Why not? So there we go. Those were the pickups or deliveries. Just those two items there. So thank you for joining me. And see you on the next one.